YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with the Mo. And we are here to bring you some slightly late October favorites. Also, in case you were wondering, You like the lipstick, don't you? He loves lipstick, guys. In case you were curious, what I am wearing on my lips today is the Rimmel lipsticks by Kate Moss. They are the Kate lipsticks. This is number 11. They don't have names, they just have numbers. Very lovely fall color. But because my camera decided to eat my empties for the month, I figured let's make sure that I at least get you guys some favorites. Anyways, as usual, we have our little crudely drawn pyramid. And at the bottom of the pyramid, the terrible of the terrible, we have this little sample of the Benefit They're Real push-up liner. Now, if you haven't seen it, I will link it below. I did a video on this wretched little sample. I'm not the only person that did one. I was actually suggested to do one by a friend of mine who did one on the same sample, the Blushed Beauty, who in the video that I did, I linked her video there. But this, it's not a great vehicle for gel liner. Let me just put it that way. I don't necessarily know how good or bad the gel liner is. I guess it's okay, but when you get these samples, they are to entice you to buy the full-sized product. This did not entice me to buy the full-sized product. I wound up having to put it on my hand because it came out in like a big glob because you're literally supposed to squeeze it. And I'm still getting it everywhere. That was one of the problems with it. But you squeeze it, and I was putting it on my hand to kind of draw it on, but it's like I have a $3 gel eyeliner from Essence and a brush that is $3 from e.l.f. that I accomplished the same effect in. And it ain't no rinky-dink sample or $22 eyeliner. So, none of that for me, thank you. Oops, I bopped my Mo on the nose. And it wasn't intentional. Next on the pyramid, the bottom tier of doom, we have something from my Project Pan that is really here because I'm just so freaking sick of it. You want to eat it for me? You want to eat it for me so I don't have to use it anymore? Yes, you do. You want to eat it for your mama. I'm terrible. I wouldn't actually feed my dog makeup on purpose, but sometimes he gets into things and eats them. And as some of y'all have seen in the past, he'll eat swatches off my hand. But this is the Be a Bombshell One Stick in Girl Crush. I try using this as a highlighter, and lately I've been using it as a cream blush just in an effort to make it go away. But that is a swatch of it right there that I hope you could see. It's just this light pink that applies kind of patchy with a lot of glitter in it. That just is not a pretty blush on me, and it's an okay highlight. But there's just so much of it, and I'm just kind of sick of it at this point, because I've been using it for most of the year at this point. Definitely since like April, non-stop, it gets old. And another thing that got really old, but for one particular reason, and is the last of the true crap on the pyramid. I only had 3 like crappy products this month. Is the Caviar CC Cream 10-in-1 Complete Correction Leave-In Hair Perfector that I got from Ipsy. I love my Ipsy, but sometimes I hate what they send me. This particular product is the same thing as the Pantene Pro-V BB Cream for hair that they make that I use. So it is certainly nothing that I would go out of my way to purchase. Oh, but the smell. God, that smell. I can't stand that smell. It's like the worst kind of stinky, sticky hair product smell. Like, think like 80s Aquanet mixed with butt. I don't know. I've actually been told that there's caviar in here, and that's kind of what makes it smell so bad, or smell so bad to some people, because I know some people have really liked the smell, and it's just not for me. This is really expensive, because I've seen it at Sephora. I don't remember what it cost, but if it's at Sephora, it can't be cheap. Much as I like Sephora, they are not cheap. boo boo, you don't want to smell this. This will make you gag, and I can't have you gagging on my lap. But no, pass on this. If you want something like this that does, you know, the heat protecting, the moisture, the shine, all of that stuff, go get the Pantene Pro V BB cream. And even if you're worried about them not being cruelty-free, this ain't cruelty-free either, so can't even recommend it to you for that. And that's the last of the crappy products. Everything else is awesome, just ranked kind of in how much I've used it, honestly. So up next, we have something that I probably only used a couple of times, but I really loved each time I used it. They are these Milani powder eyeshadows that I received in a swap from Thrifty Beauty. I will link that swap down below. This is my absolute favorite of the two. It is Caramel Brown. And I will swatch it for you. And she got these in her Dollar Tree, and I haven't seen any of these pop up in my Dollar Tree, which makes me sad because I would so grab more colors of these. And this one is in French Vanilla. And they are super soft. They are, this one at least, is a little bit powdery. But I mean, for one thing, it's $1. Can't hate on that. And two, even with the little bit of powderiness, you know, you just take a little bit of care when you apply it on your eyes, or don't do your eye makeup before your face makeup, and it's fine. Plus, with this particular color, if you are light-skinned like I am, this can be easily blended out into your skin if you get a little bit on your face. But I love these. I wish I had more of them, and I wish they would. And I wish that I could either find somebody to trade me more of them for something in my Dollar Tree, obviously, or for them to actually pop up in one of the now 4 Dollar Trees near me, because one opened up recently, but it doesn't have anything other than like Dollar Tree brand products and LA Colors and stuff like that in it right now. Like, it's not gotten anything special yet, because it's still new. But those are wonderful, and if you go to your local Dollar Tree and you see them, definitely pick them up, because they are awesome. Next here, the Pyramid, we have, the only reason these are higher is because they're limited edition, and I think that's crazy because they're amazing. And also, the Wet n Wild lipstick packaging sucks. Let's be honest. They are the limited edition matte fall collection lipsticks that Wet n Wild put out. This one is in Bordeaux Boulevard. Like, you can kind of hear it rattle in there. Cheap packaging, and I hate that about it. I mean, yes, they're $1.99, but they can still be packaged a little bit better than that. But look at that color. That is amazing. Especially if you're into, like, deep, you know, fall time lipsticks. Although you could wear these whenever the heck you want to, honestly. I probably would. And this other one is in Urban Night. But yeah, you have to be careful with them, because you could totally nick the lipstick like I have done in the past with the top. I do like the touch of this like kind of matte smooth packaging, like kind of like the NARS packaging feel, because they are specifically matte lipsticks. And this one is the Urban Nights swatch right here. So you got kind of like a deep, really close to this color right here, deep red going on, and then like a deep purple. Like, they have great staying power. They stay on my lips all day at work, through lunch and everything. I only need like one touch-up after lunch, depending on what I eat. Like I said, I wish they weren't limited edition, and I wish despite them being $1.99, I know they can do slightly better packaging than this. I would pay an extra $1 if they did better packaging, honestly. And if they were permanent. Because, I mean, look, that's stained. Just for being on my, you know, hand for like a minute. Like, I know their dark colors are going to stain a little bit, but that's still pretty impressive to me. Alright. Next, on the Pyramid, we have something that I received as part of a palette that is further in the Pyramid. Actually, I think it's next to the Pyramid, but it's the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara sample that I have. This, I gotta admit, the hype is real, guys. The hype is real for this. You know, kind of a weird shaped one, but it totally works on your lashes. I don't know if it's better than Sex, let's be honest. But these will give you some great eyelashes. I mean, they don't leave your eyelashes too crispy, especially when you've been wearing it all day. It does not flake on me, and it does not smear on me like a lot of mascaras tend to do that are not waterproof. I don't have to go over this with a waterproof mascara to make sure it doesn't do that. I wish this wasn't one of those, you know, $20, $22 mascaras, but this might actually replace my favorite by Benefit. The Bad Gal Lash, this might actually replace it. The only reason it's not higher is because of the price. Otherwise, I love it. Next are two things that I actually put together because I've worn them about the same amount. I got them at the same time, and they are both limited edition holiday things, so I saw no reason not to put them together. They are the two of the limited edition holiday palettes that everybody and their mother puts out every year. This one is Vice 3 by Urban Decay. I think I mentioned this before. I think that they grouped these shadows. You can see that I've used it because it's kind of messy. They definitely grouped these shadows together a lot better. Sorry about the little bit of a mirror glare. I think you can create slightly more cohesive looks without having to pull out of anything else. Because while they do have some of these gorgeous jewel tones and these pinks and purples, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to blind y'all, but they do have these two rows right here of the kind of more neutral things, which I'm not usually much for an all-neutral look unless I'm wearing some big crazy lip like this, but you know, you need a crease color or a highlight colors for a lot of looks, and you don't want to have to pull out of different palettes for that. That makes it easier to be the one thing you take to travel. Speaking of travel, this palette is great for travel. It is the Too Faced Everything Nice palette. That's what little girls are made of. But not only does it have the 20 eyeshadows that you can create a multitude of looks with, it also has the 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlighter in here. Plus, it came with the mascara. And last year I think it came with one of those like lip injection crayon things. Instead, because a lot of people complained about those because they didn't really like them this year, it came with brushes. These brushes are totally usable. Like, I've used this one for eyeshadow before and it totally works. So, that's why mine are a little dirty right now. Honestly, it's because I have used them. But it's a great palette if you can get your hands on it, if it hasn't sold out already. The one I went to Sephora this weekend, they still had a bunch of these left over. Sorry for the freaking golden glare. Some of my favorite shades out of here are Girly. Sorry, my 20% battery just popped up. Marvelous. Marvelous. And 2 Glam, because I'm always going to be attracted to those kind of deep hunter greens. Oh, let me go ahead and mention it for these as well, after I wipe these off. And some of my favorite shades out of here are Dragon, Heroine, like the girl hero, not the drug, but it's a lovely navy, Bondage, and Alchemy. I love more shades. I think this one has more standout shades, but this one has the added benefit of the blushes, bronzer, and highlights. So it's really a matter. The Urban Decay Vice 3 is $60. The Too Faced is, I think, $56. You get a mascara with the Too Faced, but I like the actual colors of Vice 3 a little bit better. But they're both wonderful palettes. Just pick your poison, really. Ooh, we're getting near the top of the pyramid, which is good because my battery is dying. Next is another eyeshadow palette, but I used it for different stuff. This is the Sonia Kashuk Perfectly Neutral eyeshadow palette that I got out of the Traveling Makeup Box. I will link that video down below. The reason why it looks kind of crazy in here is because I accidentally broke this shadow. I dropped it on the floor. Which sucks because this is the shadow I like to use for my eyebrows. And it's kind of screwed up the formula of it a little bit, but it still really works as like kind of a more neutral color because I dyed my hair green. It's very different from the red hair that I used to have. And I can't use as warm of colors anymore. See, this is part of the problem with the shadow. The texture went completely different, and I gotta fool with it a lot more. But the color is still really good. It's still a really good color for my eyebrows, and it was a lot better quality. I hope they still sell that, because if they still sell that, I might just break down and go buy myself one, because I screwed up repressing that shadow a little bit. I will say, though, this matte cream color right here also works for setting your under eyes, like your under eye concealer. But it's actually really good quality. I'd like to try more of Sonia Kashuk stuff. Second to the top of the pyramid is something else I got in that swap. It is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Rockstar. I love this. I'm actually wearing it today. No touch-up. And it's been there all day since like 5:30 this morning. And it is now 7:31 at night. This is so soft, so creamy, yet stays right where I put it all day. I want all of these eyeliners now. I don't care if they're like freaking $19. I'll buy a pack at some point. These are amazing though. That one in particular is amazing anyway, I'll put it that way. And finally, at 17 minutes, because I talk too much, the top of the pyramid. And it's something I've owned forever. Since, well, January anyway. But it is the combination from my Finish X by Xmas. The Revlon Color Burst Matte Balm in Striking, along with my lip liner from Jordana Easy Liner in Sedona Red. Do a swatch of the liner. And a swatch of the matte balm. I get so many compliments when I wear this to work. Because I wear this a lot because it's in my Finish X by Xmas. I'll link those videos down below too. Here they are right here. That's the liner. That is the balm itself. And this is also a lip product that stays really well. And I do wear the lip liner with it, partially because, you know, it'll help crisp up the lines of your lip a little bit better, but it also helps it stay a little bit better, especially around that inner ring right there. But this one is pretty good at staying on its own anyway. That just helps it along. Like, I keep getting asked at work, how does your lipstick stay all day? Well, it's like, well, you pick the right formula, and honestly, if you really want it to stay all day with a bright color like that, you pick out a lip liner. Anyways, at 18.5 minutes, that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you later. Say bye. Say Happy Veterans Day. Salute. See you later.